Hello, welcome to another session in this series. In this session, we start with question number 32. Okay, so the question says, which of the following correctly describes the set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? So we have three options here, I, and I, right? So let's see which one describes the set correctly. So I says the set of whole numbers less than 6. Set of whole numbers less than 6. Let's see if this is correct. We know that whole number starts from what? 0, 1, 2, up to infinity, right? But this set does not contain 0. So we cannot say this is a set of whole numbers less than 6. So I is not correct. I is not correct. So let's check I and see if it is correct. I says x is less than or equal to 5, where x is a natural number. Okay, this is actually true because when we look at the set, we see that s is from 1 to 5 inclusive, and here we have x is said that s is less than 5, where x is a what? Natural number. So when we start counting from 1 to 5, then we can get this. So this is correct. This is correct. So I is correct. Now let's go and see I and see if it's correct. Let's see if I is correct. It says I says 1 is less than or equal to x less than or equal to 5, where x is a real number. Where x is a real number. Okay, so where x is a real number, it means that x can either be rational or irrational, right? Rational or irrational. So but here we only have rational numbers. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So this cannot be the case. This cannot be the case. So the only answer we have is I, which is C. So that is our answer. Cool. Let's go to the next question, which is question number 33. It says, which of the following fractions lies between 2/3 and 3/4? So the best thing we can do is convert these to decimals, then look at which of these numbers falls between 2/3 and 3/4. So let's convert 2/3 to decimals. So let's bring up our calculator. And bring it somewhere here so we can see, right? Okay, so let's first do 2/3. 2/3 is equal to, let's call this 2/3 is equal to 0.666, 0.6667. Let's stop right there. Okay, so now let's do 3/4. 3/4 is equal to 0. Okay, 3/4 is equal to 7.5 times 10 to the power -1, which is the same as 0.75. Okay, so what you need to find is a number that is between 0.667 and 0.75. So let's start with A. Let's look at our calculator and then see if 3/5 is 0.6. 3/5 is 0.6. So let's write that down, 0.6. And then 3/6 is 0.6 between 0.67 and 0.75. Of course. So our answer is A. Our answer is okay, let's continue for now. Let's check the other numbers and see. It says which of the following fractions lie between 2 over 3 and 3 over 4. So let's continue with the other fractions, okay? Let's continue with this. 5 over 8. 5 over 8. 5 over 8 is 0.625. 0.625. Okay. The question is not actually asking for numbers that are between these, but I think it's asking for a number that's exactly, that lies exactly between 2 over 3 and then 3 over 4. That means we need to add this, then we divide by 2 to get the number that's exactly between them, right? Cool. Okay. Let's go back, then we do that, right? Let's clean this. So now let's add 2 over 3 plus 3 over 4. What is the LCM? Let's use 12. 3 into 12, 4, right? 4 times the 2 here. So you put this in the bracket, right? Times 2. Then we have plus, you have 4 into 12, 3. So 3 times is 3, right? So let's write it down. 3. What do we have? 4 times 2, 8, plus 3 by 3, 9 over 12. So we have 17 over 12, right? Okay. Now, to find the number that lies exactly between this value, this 17 over 12, we need to divide it by what? 2. So we need to divide 17 over 12 divided by 2, which is the same as 17 over 12 times 1 over 2, which is 17 over 12 times 2 is 24. So we write 24. So this is our answer. Cool. Let's move on to the next set of questions. Question number 34. Question number 34 says, express in standard form the value of this. So, as I mentioned before, this is an objective, so we should just put it into our calculator. Let's put it into our calculator, right? So, let's put that on the calculator so we can be fast. 6.2 times 10 to the power negative 8 times 10 to the power negative 5, then 4.8 times 10 to the power negative 9. So what is our answer? Did we put the right thing? 6.2 times 10 to the power 4.8. Okay, there is a problem somewhere. Our answer says, let's write the answer down first. It says 1.291 times 10 to the power negative 4. Okay. 1.291 times 10 to the power negative 4. Okay, this is our answer, right? This is our answer. but then we don't have that answer in here. That's confusing, so we just leave this like that. This like that. I think there might be something here that's what's missing. I think over here there was a number, but it got omitted, so let's leave it and leave our answer like this. Okay, let's go to question number 35. It says correct 0.0395387 to 3 significant figures. Very easy, right? It starts counting from the first digits, right, which is 3, and it says 3 significant figures. So let's write that down. We have 0.0395387. So let's start counting. This is the first significant number, 1, 2, 3. So we stop here. Okay, we stop here. Now the number after that digit is less than 5, so we can't round it, so we have to leave it like that to it. 0.0395. That would be our answer. So let's write it down. 0.0395. 3 significant figures. So our answer is A. Our answer is A. Cool. I think we have to stop here for now. Then we continue in our next session. Thank you very much. See you again. Bye.